Hi, I'm Arturo Sandoval, and this is Trumpet Flicks.
Hey, this is Bruno Garcia, and this is Trumpet Flicks. Today, we are with the legend, the great Arturo Sandoval, here in São Paulo, Brazil. And Arturo, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and I have some questions for you. When did you start on trumpets? And did you have a teacher? How was the very first years?
I was 11 years old when I started playing, and then I was trying to figure it out by myself, for a few years. And then when I was 14 years old, I went to the school of music for 2.5 years, and I got some lessons there. But so far, I didn't get the real conscious of the responsibility and the discipline to practice. It was afterwards when I said, you know what, to play in the way I want to, it doesn't work this way. I have to practice a lot.
At that time, how many hours did you practice per day?
I never counted, but sometimes, but in the beginning, of course, I didn't have the experience. I didn't know all the requirement of practicing correctly. And then I practiced until I couldn't play anymore. And that's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good. And, but I learned that much later. But somehow, I heard about a book they call Herbert Clark. A guy who has one in Cuba. And then I asked him to let me use the book for a while, and then I copied by hand the whole book.
Okay, by hand?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then I learned it by memory.
Yeah.
I played, and then I got access to the urban book. In the beginning, I was using a book. It was written by the Spanish priest. It was it was the father at the Catholic Church. And he wrote that thing, name of Beltran. Beltran was the name of the book. That was, but I was practically by myself,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
How old were you when you got very serious on trumpet?
I think when I was 16 years old.
And when was your first gig? How old were you?
Oh no, my first gig when I was 12 years old.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, in my village it was a local small band.
Yeah.
Small band.
Okay.
In my village.
How old were you when you started to do like professional stuff, professional gigs, and you get
when I was 16 years old. After I came out of that school, I started playing in the big band there in Havana.
What are the books that you have been working on during your career since the beginning?
All the Beltran, that one I mentioned, or Clark, of course, Urban, and then I discovered Evie, Saint Jacom, Claude Gordon, Timofey Doc Cheeser. Oh my goodness, a lot of book, but I still using mostly of them until today.
And
when the people come to my house for lessons, then they expecting something, and I open the Urban and Clark.
That's the secret.
And then they open the eye like this. Oh, Urban. I say yes.
Yeah.
Is anything wrong with this? No, I was expecting something different. I said, no, I didn't hear anything different, better than the book that everybody during hundreds of years has been practicing. Because Maurice Andre practiced Urban, Timofey Doc Cheeser, Clifford Brown was big fan of Urban. You name it, and everybody use Urban because it's some people call the Bible for the trumpet.
Yeah.
And that makes sense.
And did you struggle with any issues about your trumpet playing over the years?
Oh, I still struggling, of course.
Like, maybe embouchure changing or lip trouble. Or...
When I was like 21, 22 years old, I got a problem because my wisdom teeth, came out like this and start to
move the other ones.
Oh my goodness, and the bottom, and that create me a big problem. A big problem. They have to put a sense to put it back, and they took one tooth from here, and that thing for a while was a big problem for me because the position of the teeth, behind the lips, they are like the bed where the lips sleep, and then as comfortable as they are, more happy the lips gonna be,
Yeah.
And that thing created a problem for me, to be honest, for a while, until I started to use a retainer to sleep, and then little by little my teeth was getting in position. But that was like 2 or 3 years for me was very difficult when I on the 20s, early 20s.
Did you lose like the right register or?
I lost everything.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, that was very dramatic for me. A big problem.
Got it. And beside your nice sound and your register, I think one of the things that's most impressive is the speed of your fingers. And how did you develop them?
Oh, Clark, book number 2, technical studies. Yeah. But you know what? I highly recommend to practice those kind of things with a metronome,
Metronome.
because the metronome will help you to create that coordination from your brain to the muscles to send the message exactly in the right moment, and then that create a kind of precision in the movement of your thing. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's mentally, it's something that, with your mind, send the order to the muscle to act and react when it have to be. I mean,
Yeah.
no when that happens by casualty or something. It's something that have to be very mechanical, very in certain way robotic, but very precise. That precision help you to being able to play fast, but to understand what you're doing, because if you cannot do it, you have to do have to be clean,
Yeah.
to create that kind of coordination.
Clean and fluently.
That's also have to do with the airflow and all those things, and to put your lips in the way they should be according to the register. Don't force anything. Don't. I think it's a combination of different things.
So the right register, it was something natural for you, or you have
The
to?
high register?
Yeah. Do you have to
No.
develop that?
Oh, no, you know what I noticed in the very beginning, for years, I didn't have any kind of facility, or for me, it wasn't easy at all to play high notes. I noticed that when I start really playing, practicing diligently, and with a strong discipline, and paying attention to all the details of the intervals, and the consistency of the embouchure, everything start to improve. The high and the lows too.
But do you think you discovered like a good position to go up?
I don't believe that I discovered anything. I think it was a result of a good practicing,
Building everything.
building everything over the years with the good practicing. Yeah.
What for you? What are the 3 most important elements of the trumpet playing for a good musician, a good trumpet player?
Oh, the first thing is you have to be musical. You have to make music, because it doesn't matter when you cover all the technical stuff, but you don't have a conscience of or the idea to produce, to make music. That's the most important thing about the whole thing, because you hear people like, for example, Chet Baker. Chet Baker wasn't a kind of virtuoso trumpet player. You understand what I mean? But he was so musical. and his expression and singing was so, into the music that create that kind of thing that everybody admire and respect and enjoy. And that's the first priority, to make music first. And then, of course, to make music in the way you want, because it's two way. When you're a professional musician, it's two way to approach an instrument. You can play what you can, or you can play what you want. It's a big difference here. This is not impossible at all, but this needs a lot more discipline, commitment, passion, dedication, to be sure that you're gonna be able to play the horn in the way you want. And then when you got that ability to play in the way you want, you got a much better possibility to make music and to sound musical. And the thing I learned over the years, of course, but now at my age, I'm more relaxed in that matter, and of course, I know I don't have the same mentality when I was young. I was living in Cuba. I have no opportunity. And then when I have a chance or opportunity to play in front of people, I want to play 3 million notes per minute, and the last thing I got in my mind was to play pretty. And now it's all the way around.
Yeah.
I don't have nothing to demonstrate anymore. At my age, I don't care about it, I don't have nothing to demonstrate. And the only thing in my mind now is when I play is to play pretty, to make the horn sing.
And touch people.
And touch the heart of the people, absolutely. That's the most difficult thing in the music, to play pretty.
A plataforma JTF Aulas é a primeira e única plataforma multiartista no planeta Terra. Podemos dizer que é a Netflix do trompetista. Dentro da plataforma você encontrará aulas com artistas internacionais como Adam Rapa, Eric Miyashiro, Mark Zaus e muitos outros. A plataforma conta com mais de 1000 minutos em aulas práticas, duetos, masterclass, workshops e rotinas de estudo. Você também terá acesso a aulas com professores de universidades americanas e com professores brasileiros como Otávio Nestares e Bruno Garcia. As videoaulas são interativas, então você tem a chance de praticar junto com o professor. Todo o conteúdo é elaborado pensando nos trompetistas brasileiros. Então, se você não fala inglês, não se preocupe. Todas as aulas com trompetistas internacionais estão legendadas. Tudo isso para facilitar o acesso a um conteúdo de altíssimo nível. Existem 3 planos de assinatura: 3 meses, 6 meses, 12 meses, sendo o mais barato a partir de R$ 14,90 por mês. O link de inscrição está na descrição do vídeo. Tenho certeza que você vai curtir.